What is going on, everybody? I am down south of 77. Welcome back to 3-Star Draw. This here is an adult collector channel where we usually talk about G.I. Joe, primarily classified. That's the main thing I collect, but I do like some other things, and once in a while we'll do a video on that stuff and kind of show you guys other things I'm into and bring you along for the ride while I do. Today is one such video. We're going to be taking a look at the second Monster Force figure, Operation Monster Force. I always leave off the operation that I picked up. I picked up Declan Van Helsing. He is, of course, the leader of the good guys, I guess, the resistance that is fighting against the Forgotten King. He resurrects Dracula, enlists him in the aid to fight against the Forgotten King. The other day we took a look at the Sleepwalker heavy weapons division dude. That was who I picked for the first trooper figure that I wanted. And as for why I picked the ones I did, I decided on that guy because, well, he's got the green highlights, and you guys know I love green. And he has the giant machine gun. I've always liked the heavy machine guns in lines and stuff. And as far as Van Helsing, I wanted a good guy, and he is the leader of the good guys. And I wanted a more human, military-esque type figure also. One that is more similar to what the classified figures are, as far as he is a, straight up military, and he's a human, good guy, bad guy. That way I got one of each, and different body types, weapon types, variety of stuff with these two figures, so I can kind of see the differences and make my mind up for what else I might want to pick up for this line. So that's who we're going to look at today. We're going to look at Declan, and I'm curious to get this guy out. He comes with a lot of stuff, but I want to get him out and see how he looks compared to Joe's. So let's do it. These do look like books. They're meant to look like books, and the number of each figure is right here. He is number 1. Of course, you got your big bad workshop right here. The back of the box, got a good picture of him, and cross-sell the rest of the series. And he is not down here. I mentioned in the other video that I like the fact that he's up here and the rest are down here. So you get the big portrait of him, and he's not in the cross-sell. And then you get your creator info, all of that stuff on him. There's what the other side looks like. It's got your Fresh Monkey Fiction on it. And these do have a Velcro flap where you can open them up. And there is your figure, what he looks like in the package. And then these guys do have on each of the inside flaps a little bit of the comic that introduces the character into it. They do have some very nice lore, so if you want to pause that and read that, I'll let you read that. It tells just a little about Declan and what he's up to. I like that they do that. Now, it seems that it is different for each character, kind of introducing who they are. So I think that is a neat idea. But nice packaging on these guys. And this is a different picture here than it is here. So there's different promo pictures on the front and the back. I like that they didn't recycle that. Presentation on these guys is really good. So everything is off to a good start as soon as you get one. So let's go ahead and get some more light cut on, and we'll check him out. So getting him out of the box, here's what you get, what he looks like in the tray. And then you get a bag of accessories, and you get the tombstone. So in case you're wondering, that's what he comes with out of the package and how he looks. Alright, got everything out. I'm going to leave the blast effects that he comes with in this little bag for just a minute, because he does come with the smoke one, and it is kind of clear, kind of grayish clear, and it's kind of hard to see against my mat here. So many hands. This guy has got so many hands, and I know some people are kind of bogged down with the amount of hands that we get. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 extra pair of hands. So he's got 8 pair of hands total. We got some gloved ones and some bare ones. I don't mind all the extra hands unless I ever see a cost analysis on how much. If it's like adding $3 to every figure to the hands, let's just do like, 5 or something. But anyway, a lot of different options. I'm guessing it's all the same ones in flesh tone and in gloved. So I'm not going to look at every single one of them, but just get an idea of what they look like. It's a black with like a gray, green armor on the knuckles, knuckle dusters, as I have heard these called. I'll lower this down just a little bit. And I do have the heavy weapons division sleepwalker over here just because he's cool. I don't think I've messed with him since I got him out. I've been busy. I hadn't had time to play with him. I think that's the pose he's in my thumbnail. And I grabbed Flint because Declan, for some reason, reminds me of Flint. So there they are. All right, go ahead and look at the different stuff he comes with. He's got these thigh holsters. Got 2 of them, and they do have ports in there so you can plug in. All this stuff is very modular. He comes with a lot of more visual than usual usable accessories, I think, but just for the look. So got these. They're identical. They're like a charcoal kind of color. And then they have like an olive green paint app on the straps. And then, of course, the buckle is the same color. This is like a hard plastic. So what that's meant to be. So I like that. Lots of paint work on these guys, which is, of course, what I'm really interested in is military mythic legions, basically. So let's go ahead. I'm just grabbing random stuff. He does have this handgun. Nice looking. This is probably looks pretty close to like a Colt 45, or maybe it's a 9mm. It's a 1911 looking frame. Got gold trigger. The handle pieces are brown. It's not wood grain. It's just like a solid brown. Gold accents there, which would be the screws to screw each side of the handle to the frame. Overall, really nice looking. Let's see, grab his knife. Good paint work on the knife with the brown leather wrapped hilt. And then you got your silver, and you've got like a K-bar style coal forged black blade. And then you've got that sharp serrated edge. And these are actually pretty sharp. These are not G.I. Joe knives. And then you've got a little bit of that same silver, and it's a metallic looking. It's not just hit with paint and done. Like there's even looks like a little bit of brushing on these. It looks really nice. Oh, he has a smaller pistol. I don't think I realized he came with 2. This looks like maybe like a 380 or something, a little backup, and same paint treatment on it. One little gold spot with same brown, and over there same thing. Then you got guess that would be the magazine release. Is it magazine release? Magazine release button on that one. That's interesting. That's a cool little detail. He's this extra overlay that you can plug onto his chest. Looks pretty nice. You got green here. Got some pouches on there. Those do not open up. You got shotgun shells here. It's your red, and then your gold on there. They're probably Federals. This is actually camo. Hope that's showing up. It's actually more of a gray two-tone camo. It's like a little darker version of Firefly. And then tucked in here, he also has a Leatherman. And there's what that looks like on the other side. And I'll show you where that goes. I'm not sure how much of this guy I'm going to pull apart. Probably not going to show every single little thing on him, but you'll get the idea. So, a pair of binoculars here. And some gray there, and then some more. Those are not binoculars, those are smoke grenades. I'm like, why does the lens for those look so weird? So these are like smoke or flashbangs. Okay, I get it now. Now it makes sense. So you got the pin there, and these are where they are stuck in. So you have more of a brown here, and then metallic on the top and on the bottom. Again, they look a little weathered, and you got the mushroom peg. All of these things are poured in with mushroom pegs. Let's see what this one is. So this is just another pouch here that you can plug on. Got some dry brushing on it. You can see the color change on it. It's like an olive green. And this is actually where the knife goes. This is actually the sheath, it looks like. Didn't realize that. Thought it was just a pouch. So that is his sheath. And then it does have a pouch on the outside. I was looking at it upside down. Neat. We'll just set that over there together since we've already looked at the knife. Extra arrows. He does come with a pretty wicked crossbow. So this is an extra, not really, I guess it's a quiver. They're bolts, I guess. Guess you'd call it a quiver. It's more like a pack, like you would unroll a pack of screwdrivers or wrenches or something, where it's stretched out and plugs on somewhere. And over here, this is neat. This is a little earpiece. I want to say walkie-talkie. It's a talker for a CB. It's a mic. There we go. It's a mic. And cord, little detail on the cord there. Looks pretty good. Got another. Make sure it's an actual pouch. So this one actually has where you can put something in it. And I'm guessing it is this spare mag that he comes with. Pretty nice looking. I like that the bullets are painted in and they actually look like they are silver. So whether that's intentional or not, that's a pretty nice touch. So let's see if that will go in there, because I'm guessing that's what this is. It goes in and it stays. It is a pretty tight fit. I'm not going to force it, but I'm pretty sure that's where that goes and what that is. And then over here, he has yet another pouch with a slot in it. This is going to be, I'm guessing, one of the holsters that you can plug onto the thigh pads that we're about to look at. More of some sort of grenade or concussion, whatever. Nice weathering there on the pins for those. And you do have a strap that's holding them all together that they slip through. Paint on these guys is great. There is his handheld radio. I'm surprised they did not hit that with some color for the screen, like a LCD screen. I'm surprised they didn't do that with all of the other paint work that's on these guys. But I guess with so much that's in it, you got to save a little money where you can, when you can. And then there's the thigh holsters. And what else we got? Aside from a pile of hands, let's go ahead and check out his crossbow. This thing is pretty badass. I wish we could get something that looks this nice in G.I. Joe rather than a three-piece crossbow that won't even fit together. So, like a compound, a lot of force on this thing. And it does fire the silver bolts, you can see there. And it looks like this is actually some sort of a magazine that probably feeds up. Seems like it would need to be back here a little more, but I think that's the gist of it. So maybe it feeds up and then you have to cock it. I don't know. I'm not going to go into the theoretical workings of this crossbow. You've got some studs on there that are painted silver, some good weathering on it. It's the whole thing is like a black gray, and then you got your arms up here, seem to be a darker color, and then you've got weathering on there where it looks like the paint is kind of chipping a little bit from wear on the arms. Pretty nice looking crossbow. He's Declan Van Helsing. He's got to have a crossbow that fires stake bolts. Take a look at his main rifle. So it's a type of a M4 type configuration. Does have the bayonet. I love the bayonet. He definitely needs it because that is more of a stake than a bayonet. So I love the fact that they included that if he's up in personal fighting vampires, because that's what he does. You even got a cross there. Got some gold. A really good looking weapon. It's gunmetal gray, and then this is brushed in gold, and he's had some trigger work done. Trigger's red. Not a spot of red anywhere else on this other than the trigger, so that's a nice little touch. So you get an idea what that looks like from both sides. This is a fantastic looking rifle, and you've got the see-through mag where again he is firing bullets look like they're tipped in silver or something. Bayonet is not removable, and you probably don't want to try wiggling that around too much. And magazine is removable. Same appearance as the other mag. Are they the same mag? Where'd that thing go? No, they're not. Does this fit in here? You got the one is but more of a banana clip. Yep, so that one will go in too. Fits in nice. Of course, you're probably going to want this one. This one just, I mean, it's got paint on it. It looks a lot better. Not that this one looks bad, but you can obviously see that one looks a lot cooler. So that is all of the stuff that he comes with, which is quite a bit. Seems like it's a lot easier to figure out than the heavy weapon guy was. So let's take a look at the man himself. Get a look at him up close. Got this big scar down his whole right side of his face. Good 5 o'clock shadow there. Eyes look like they're pretty centered, and you can see the irises, see the pupil, different paint on there. Looks like there might be a little on his hair up here, might be a little spot there around the edge of his hair where they might have missed a little bit of paint up here. It's not, I mean, it's not awful or anything. It still looks fine. It is noticeable. Even from down here, it is noticeable. And all the way around, look in his ears. Make sure you don't have any funky wax build up in there. Make sure he can hear everything that he's getting through his radio. Check out articulation on him. So these guys do have some awesome butterflies that actually work. You get pretty far up on the shoulder and bicep, pinless double jointed elbows. Does have a little bracelet there that I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, that's gonna move. And then he's got tattoos on his left forearm. It's even got a little bit of paint on that. It's got a little bit of red in there. It's obviously a cross with something. Can't quite make out what it's supposed to be. You know, look, it looks good. I just can't exactly see what it is. And then it's got some script there. That stuff is all going to blend together when he's old, and you're not going to be able to read any of it. And over here, got another tattoo. Looks like, I can't tell what it is. It's maybe a bird, falcon or something. Okay. And then over here on the right forearm, you got a badass skull. No trouble making out what that is. And that wraps around. Looks like just some filler. Looks good. I mean, it's not all like blotchy, like the lines on it are clean. It looks pretty dang good overall. And Pretzel's paying us a visit, so I guess that means I'll be right back, but you won't know it. Hi, didn't even know I was gone, did you? For some reason, every time I sit down at the computer, it makes him have to pee. So we'll check out his vest and the stuff he's got on here. So he's got another pouch over here that does not open. You got to check good. You don't know with these guys. There's so much stuff to them. And this is all one overlay, I believe, that, yep, that one snaps on, and you snap that one off and put this one on. So he's got another couple of pouches with mags. It does have, so you can actually put this extra mag in this one if you want to. I'm not right now because it's going to be hard to get it out. Got a flashlight. Look at the weathering on that flashlight. I think it looks great. I love how they've put the wash on these guys. Really does wonders for the weathering. And then this is, I'm guessing, I don't know, maybe that's just the strap or a tie holding everything together. Not sure what that is actually. If you know, let me know. And then up here he does have this part that pops off, and this is supposed to be similar to what Grunt has. I've heard this is very, very hard to get back in, so I'm not going to pull it off of this vest. But that's what that is. It's meant to flip down. It does not flip down on him. It's just meant to look like it, and you pop it out, and then you can put something else in its place. So that's what that is. So he's got more pouches. These pouches up here. Got some nice silver there on the fastener for those. Got some carabiners. Even got one open down here. Got some shotgun shells on his belt. Match these. I'll turn him around and same. So he's wearing obviously body armor. Nice paint on the buckles. And the straps do go all the way around. That's where you can tighten this up. More pouches back here. Then he does have this overall tan, like, they're like tactical. Almost, they remind me of some uniform pants I used to wear at a place I used to work. It was this kind of material. So thigh is different here. These looks like this is to me looks like leather up here on the top of the thigh. Not sure if that's actually what it is. That's what it looks like to me. And then he does have pants come down. You got some wash there where it actually looks like they are wrinkled. And does he not have a boot cut? He does not appear to have a boot cut. He's just got a thigh cut. Interesting. That moves pretty well. Let's check out his knees. Got these knee pads that are similar to the same color up here on the thighs. Bottom part of that knee is, but better than being really loose, I always say. Put some even pressure on it and get it to move pretty well, so no issues there. Ankle rockers seem nice and tight. Didn't check out this arm over here. So you get a good range of motion with him. I mean, he's not a super, he's detailed, but he's not a super, like, I don't want to say interesting, but he's very muted, I guess. His colors are very, very muted. So let's do some different stuff with him. He does come with these cupping hands. I think it's interesting they don't automatically put the trigger hand on him. But just grab some stuff that he can maybe hold with this hand. So you have him talking into his radio. So the radio's got to go somewhere. It's got to go in one of these slots. Maybe this one is for the radio. I'm thinking maybe this is the radio pouch. Magazine fits in there too, but I'm thinking this is the one for the radio. Antenna does seem a little bit flimsy, so you want to be careful with that. So let's see if we can find a trigger hand. And just grab, let's start with this one. These are not nearly as flexible as they are for the Sleepwalker guy over there. His hands are super flexible. Those hands are almost a little too soft. Actually getting the weapon in his hand is easy, but it will actually kind of start to warp. That's why I've got it braced against his chest there. Looks pretty decent. See if he can overlay. Might stop him from getting into a two-handed pose with it. Yeah, it's not quite enough to get it there. It's close. You might be able to play around with it some and get it in a little better shape, but to have it straight where his elbow's not bent. I do like, you can, hey, there it goes. It popped right out of there, didn't it? I like you can hear it move. That means the joints are nice and tight. Always got to drop something. That fell into one of the most impossibly hard to get places, but between my two shelves that sit over here beside me, it fell in the middle of them at the bottom. I had to get tweezers to fish it out. Always something. Let's check him out with his crossbow. This finger, I'm not super digging the hands. So see if you can get a little better. Crossbow's longer, so you can get a little bit more out of the crossbow. And that one's even a little bit harder, so there. Get him on there. Get a little bit more with the crossbow, getting him in a little bit more of a shooting pose with it. I do like they hit that with some red. I didn't even notice that when we looked at it. Didn't even notice that they hit his optic with some red. That's pretty neat. So check out his rifle here, see how it looks. And gonna be the same thing with it. Does have that foregrip on it too. That's pretty neat. I don't like the way the rifles they've done in G.I. Joe. They can't seem to get those right. And they're almost too big in G.I. Joe, and here they seem like they're a little too small. So you can get him into a pretty decent shooting pose with his rifle. So looks pretty good overall. So let's see what we can do. Seems like that shoulder might be a little loose. That one's about the only one that seems to be loose. So let's see if we can pop this off and see how much trouble it's going to be to pop on this other one, because you may need to heat up the vest, and you want to heat the vest. You don't want to heat the part with the pegs on it if you have to do that. It actually, no, I thought it was in there. These things are kind of a pain, and I've seen other reviewers talk about how difficult these are to push back through. So I think that's on pretty good. What do y'all think? I don't know which one I like better. This one's going to take out some range of movement, I would think, as far as posing him. And so let's check out, see if we can get these on now. Which way? I'm guessing the hole's going to be more toward the top. And we all love these things, right? And these you actually have to put on. Obviously, they don't come with them on like they do on our Joes, and a lot of us wind up taking them off of our Joes because they won't stay up. Don't seem like that's going to be a big problem with these guys once you get them on. Again, this might be something that you might want to heat up. It's going on there pretty good. You just want to make sure that you don't block any of that thigh cut, because it almost seems like it's going to have to go right up about to it. And it'll kind of cover it a little bit. So let's see. Let's take, and you can pop. Holster actually went on there pretty well. See how well this goes in. Goes in. Not going to fall out. It's pretty good on there. I think I had it in there, but I went messing with it. There, it's in there now. And then you can take and put this one up on this side. These do go on better than I thought they were going to. But it might be a little quicker if you heat it. And if you heat it, you can get it up there and kind of get it molded to the leg a little quicker once it cools, probably. I was wondering about this when I was watching other reviews. This is one of the guys that I watched a review or two on, about how well that was going to go on without having to heat it. So put his knife over here on this side. So you can have him pretty well geared up. And then all of these pop off also. They don't open, but they do pop off. So you're going to have to kind of work with it a bit to get these back through. I'm not a huge fan of the mushroom pegs, but when they're done right, they're not too bad. So there he is with that on there. Let's see if we can put something else on there. That's what I just took off. What else we got we can put on there? Let's put these other ones on. And those are clearly meant to be two different types of grenades, or whatever you want to call them. They're grenades. I kind of like that look right there. It's just really tactical perspective, as my friend Krusty Old Crow would say. I don't feel like I got that one in there. Maybe it is. So what do you guys think? There's a lot of different ways to set this guy up. I don't know if there's a holster anywhere for this other little pistol. Maybe it's meant to go in there. I mean, it can. It doesn't really look like a holster, but kind of looks like it's just chunked in there, which it is. So that's pretty neat. That's the divot in the back side of this other belt or vest attachment you can put on, and it's just enough room that you can make a holster out of it. But I don't see anything else that you can use. And back here he also has a peg, so you can put the radio, probably put the knife back there though. I forgot we had another one back there. Actually goes in there a lot better. So you can have his knife back there so he can reach back for it, and you can actually get him. You can actually get his hand on it where he's getting ready to pull it. So let's check out. Let's see, what were we going to put down there? I don't know if you'd wear the radio down that low or not, but if we can get this mushroom peg in there, we're going to see what it looks like. And again, he can reach it. But you get those mushroom pegs in, none of the stuff is going anywhere. It all fits in there smoothly. Does have drop down hips, and his seem to be a lot more functional than they are for the heavy weapons division guy. Let's see. Guessing this one also you can use right here. I don't see anywhere else. We're playing with this side. Let's try this over there. Even some paint on there. Or did I rub that off? You be the judge. You can put that there. I think that's really meant to go on the chest piece, or maybe up here without these on if you pop this off. So there's a lot of different things you can do with these figures. I do like the fact that they are super modular. It really adds to the play and the display for these guys. It's going to go a long way. See what the gloved looks like. Kind of like him with the gloves better with the bare forearms. Yeah. They're coming for you, Dracula. I didn't put Dracula up here. So I think much as I like that rifle, I'm really digging the crossbow, because crossbow really fits into the vibe of these guys and the story that they're telling. So that's what I want to see, is if this hand is a different plastic and more flexible, because like as I mentioned, this guy's hands, the Sleepwalker heavy weapons, his hands are way more flexible. So I'm wondering if it's just the plastic, but these are really stiff too. So, well, why not? Let's go ahead and there we go. Hand pegs go in. I've seen it said that some people had issues getting the hand pegs in there, and they do have the wrist joint as well. I have not had any trouble getting the hand pegs in. Really, they've gone in and fit in like they're supposed to for me. See. Not crazy about the slant on the hands where they're all this way. Not real crazy about that. I mean, it works. It's not awful or anything. Just, I guess it's so you can get more realistic, like, I guess, look of weight with the rifle. I feel like he needs some sort of headgear though, some sort of helmet or something. And one of his wristbands did come off, so let's go ahead and grab a blast effect. Throw in there. There it is. So there's the smoke one. You can see that one's kind of hard to keep up with over here. These are not very gummy like the Hasbro ones. They're not a lot of flex to them. There's a little bit of give, but you can't take them and bend them all around. Really, these are kind of too big for his rifle, I think. I think this one's probably the one that's going to look the best with all of his weapons. That one's seems a little bent, doesn't it? It's not hitting. Interesting. See if we can get one of these. See, that one is way too big. It's going to hit his stake bayonet. I feel like the pegs ought to be a little longer. So that one's probably going to be the best bet for him. I think that one probably looks the best. And for whatever reason, this one's got a little bit of bend to it. I'll try heating that up and seeing if I can straighten that back out. And then he does have the tombstone base, and this one is a slightly different. No, it's not either. I thought it was a different color than the one that comes with Sleepwalker guy. Looks like to me this one might be just a tad darker. At least it is. Looks like it is right through there through Monster Force. So either way, same tombstone. You can use it as a backdrop, or you can use it for a base. You got your foot pegs in there. I haven't not actually tried using this as a base, putting the foot pegs in. Didn't try that with the other guy. I just kind of set him in front of it. Seems like it's a little far apart. But he does fit in. So they do hold him. I think the thing I am most impressed with these guys is the ankle joints, because that is something that Hasbro definitely has been lacking in, is good ankle joints. You don't have any problem getting these guys to stand. I don't even have that one. I don't even have that one straight. Haven't had any trouble getting them to stand up, so that's a plus. So I got Flint, so let's look at him next to Flint. See why I grabbed Flint? Flint's got a scar on the left eye. But this dude really reminded me of Flint. I wonder if he can wear Flint's beret. It's a little small. Like maybe it was a little small for him, but it does fit. You could probably heat the beret up and get it down on there a little further, but it doesn't look bad, does it? Maybe they'll come out with a hat pack for these guys. They're doing head packs. So there he is versus what a Joe looks like. Flint is a really good figure, but he also has a lot of similar gear, and that's kind of why I wanted to show them next to each other. So you get an idea, same scale. These guys are going to look really good on the shelf. If you're going to put them on the shelf with your Joes, they are going to fit in super well. Oh, I was afraid of that. Flint has a little bit of loose joint hips coming back together once you set him down syndrome. Since I just looked at this, I'll go ahead and pop that in there. I like that with the smoke. That looks good too. So you want him at rest or something, like he just got through mowing down a row of undead guys. I guess you'd want it more like that since the smoke goes straight up. Anyway, Declan Van Helsing, guys, what do you think? If you like the review, I appreciate you hit that thumbs up and that like and all that stuff. Did you pick Declan up, or are you doing Monster Force? I think he's a good character. Only thing I really have with him is the shoulder on the right arm is a little loose, and I'm not crazy about the hands. Like, I'm fine with the amount, but the feel of them, the rigidity, I guess. And I was gonna say the flesh tone looked a little off, but it's not really that far off from this, is it? And Flint looks fine. He looks like he might be a little, I don't know, little more tan, but it looks kind of weird. I don't know. It looks fine. I mean, it looks better than a lot of the Joes do. They got the 5 o'clock shadow in the lips, right? So I don't know. I like him. I'm going to give Declan Van Helsing a 4.25 yeehaws out of 5. It's a good figure. He's going to look good fighting these guys. I do not have the regular Dracula. I do want to get him, but he's far down on the list, so it's going to have to go with the Joe Fest exclusive for now. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching it. These reviews, any of these reviews on these Monster Force guys are going to be long because there's so much to go over. But now that we've seen what they look like, you know, get a little more, we get a little more used to how they're going to be. I do want to look at what he looks like with his mic on. That was the other thing. Like the mic up there too. So any of these reviews on these guys are probably going to take a little bit, but if you sit here and listen to it, I certainly appreciate it. And I will see all of y'all next time on 1, 2, 3 star draw.